Hey guys, welcome back for another Full Joy Mom video. In today's video, it's a quick one. I just wanted to show you one way that I stay organized as a mom and a huge motivation for my kids to be productive, remember who they are, have good character, and just a great way that I can teach and pour more into them is by staying organized through this board. So I'm going to walk you through what exactly the board has, and stay tuned.
You're watching Full Joy
Okay, so this is what the board looks like. First, up top, I have a calendar. I just print them out for free online. The flip calendars, I do not like that I can't very easily, right in one eye shot, see all months in a row. So I'll usually have more than 4 months printed out, but that's what I'm at right now. And this is not my only schedule. I also have a planner that I have all of my homeschool things in that I write much more down in, but this is just sort of a visualization for me of what's coming up in our future and where we're at. And then sometimes I like to fill some things in for the kids, but I don't tell them tons in advance. So basic calendar. Then this is our daily routine. When my kids were younger, that took on many other forms. I have another video I can link below where I show you some of my ideas for when kids are younger, when they need more visualizations. Right now, the only child not reading is my youngest. She's in the process of learning to read. And so the other ones like to help her read, or I'll just come over here and stand and read it to her. Something about directing them to this schedule, because I'm a homeschool mom, or just in general, like parents have to give out so many instructions to our kids, where anytime that instruction can sort of feel like it's coming from someone else, it's helpful. It falls in line with the whole like pick your battles thing. It's like, oh hey, what's the list say, not what does mommy say for the 500th time today. So this is the schedule and the layout for the day. So, even being able to go throughout the day and direct my oldest son, who's 10, any of them, direct them to the board, like, okay, you did the first thing on the list. Did you do the next thing? What else do you have left for your morning routine? Or what are you supposed to be doing right now? You'll notice if you can read it from there, there are no times on my daily schedule. It is a rhythm. So it's surrounding breakfast and lunch and afternoon and dinner. What have you done your things that happen before breakfast? What happens after breakfast? What happens during breakfast? I love to read to my children while they eat. Oftentimes, for meals that aren't dinner, I will feed myself first and then read to them while they eat, or I will read to them while they eat and then I'll eat afterwards. I just really like that. I don't know. It works well for us. They're busy eating, and a lot of times that helps them eat better and stay still longer. And then there's not as much just like idle conversation around the breakfast and lunch table. Of course, we want to have good conversations around the dinner table and around the table in general, but it's just different when you're homeschooled. You're around each other much more. And so there needs to be this balance of life. Then we have Bible verses matched with character qualities that we're working on. I have baskets you can't see below here. Oh my goodness. Full of things. I have school supplies in here, library books so they don't get mixed in with the other books, and whatever like daily family devotional we're working on. So for let me find it. For these character qualities here, we got them from this book. We are, I don't know, maybe on the 3rd chapter. We alternate back and forth between this right now and another good one that we like, Bibleman. So this one takes much longer, and I like my husband to be around for this one if he can. So we're not going through it really fast, but it is amazing. I don't think that speed is necessary in this because there's so much meat to chew on. So we memorize the verse that goes along with the character quality until we're done with that section. And then I've just left them up here so that we can review them. And then I also have the church Bible verse for the week or the month. And when we're done with that Bible verse and we move on, see if I can find it. I have just, oh, here it is. I have a dollar store photo album, and I take that verse down and I stick it in the album so that way we are able to go back through them. I also take our, I don't remember, okay, so from the R24 Family Ways, there's like a main point to each week that's separate from the character quality and the Bible verse. It's like what quality we're working on. So I have that up here, and I'll add those to the book as well. Just nice to be able to have it close by and review, but be organized. Then this, okay. So, you know, sometimes you just have to be in that spot where you're like, I'm not going to keep being frustrated about my kids' behavior and just leave it at that. I'm going to take some action that's really precise and thought out, and I'm going to put words to what's going on instead of just being frustrated or annoyed or the kids are being crazy or whatever vocabulary you give to it. I just felt like I needed to write down the specific things that they were doing that we needed to work on. This has looked so many different ways in my life at different times, and this is kind of actually old. So we do not review any of this every day. None of this happens perfectly, but this is our goal. And so what I did was wrote out all the things that they were doing that I didn't want them to continue doing clearly on the red paper. And then the Lord gave me the idea to take a green piece of paper and say like, hey, but what's the thing we're going to do instead? Because I don't want to just be like, no, don't do that, no, don't do that, no, don't do that. But what is the godly character quality or the right response in that situation? So we actually had a family meeting, and we hadn't reviewed those in quite some time. And I'm so thankful for my husband. He requires, just more out of my kids sometimes because I don't think to. And so he's like, you guys have got to have these memorized by now. And some of the kids were sitting around the corner on the couch so they couldn't see the board, and they were like rattling them off. So if you're reading them from there, they're kind of funny and repetitive, but it's working. We're making progress, and we haven't reviewed it that much because everyone's getting better at it. And so during this last family meeting, it was so much fun to be able to be like, hey guys, like look at how much you've worked on these, and maybe just pick one that you feel like for you personally is your one you need to work on more, and then think about what's the thing that you need to do instead. And it's so amazing to hear their sweet little hearts, when they're in the right spot. Sometimes they're not in that teachable spot, but oftentimes they are, and it's just really sweet to hear them be like, the littlest is like, I'm screaming a lot. I need to not scream and stay calm when I'm upset about something. Another reason that's so nice that it's there is because when we do family meetings, the kids are over this way on couches, and we're sitting sort of in line with where the camera is on our kitchen chair, our dining room chairs that we flip around. So we're able to see this board perfectly. The supplies we need are right underneath, and yeah, it's just a good old time. Like I said, again, we don't stick to it perfectly. In fact, I don't even think we've done most of the afternoon schedule the way it is written here since 2 weeks after I posted it, but we've got our morning routine down really good, and the flow is just kind of different every day to the afternoons for us, and that works just fine. So I hope this gave you some inspiration, motivation for how you can best be motivating and running your house, and I'll see you guys next time. May the Lord bless you and keep you.